Hey everybody, welcome back. We are on our 7th assignment and we're going to use one of the most powerful blocks. We're going to learn about one of the most powerful methods for programming, and that is that we're going to learn how to use the repeat commands, which allow us to more easily complete repetitive actions. Now, what is a repetitive action? Now, I want you to picture this. Let's say, you know how the schools, all the schools pretty much, they got like a giant fence around them. And imagine when you're putting up that fence, before it's even there, somebody asks you to go out and they tell you, hey, dig this hole right here. First, start by grabbing the shovel, putting it in the ground, pushing it down with your foot, and then prying it up and then putting the dirt in a pile. Then you're going to push the shovel into the ground, push your foot into it, pry it up, and scoop another clump of dirt into a pile. And then you're going to push it down, put it back in, push it down. They keep saying the same thing over and over again. How annoying would that be if somebody stood over you, your boss, and just told you again and again the same thing all day long while you're digging these holes? What if instead they said, okay, what we do is we push the shovel down hard, we push it in with our foot even more, and then we pry it up and we scoop the dirt to the side, and then you just keep doing that. Now, when they said you just keep doing that, what they're telling you really to do is like, hey, everything after this is going to be the same. You just need to keep repeating it. Repetitive. That's what repeat and repetitive. It has kind of that same word built into it, right? So anything in programming that the robot or your code is going to do again and again and again, we're going to learn how to do that very, very easily, okay? And we're going to contrast that with what we did earlier with our other assignment. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So first of all, like always, I would recommend you set the drive velocity and the turn velocity up to 100% to make it go faster. Uh-oh, Mr. Woodchick jumped the gun, didn't he? Supposed to follow instructions. Change the name of the program to your name and repetitive actions. Sorry about that. So before you do anything, let's do this. Or repeating action, sorry. Okay, got my name and repeating actions, and I'm going to go over to the playground because step 2 said open the playground and switch it to art canvas mode. Okay, I've got my playground up. Make sure you guys can see that. You know what? My picture's a little big. I'm going to shorten that down a bit. There we go. And we're going to go down to the art canvas. Okay, cool. What's it say to do next? Code a program that will use a repeat block to help us draw a square, just like mine in the video. So this video is one that you're going to basically kind of copy what I'm doing. You're going to double check that it works and then turn it in. All right, so we're going to kind of work together on this one. So you just have to basically do everything I do and turn in the program that's basically a copy of mine. You can vary some things in it, but it should basically look the same. Okay, now look, here's what we did before. If you remember from before, first of all, we need to go down and we need to move the pen down. Do you remember that? This was the same as the assignment we did a few days ago. And then we're going to set the color to whatever color you want. On this one, I think I'm going to make mine red. And there we go. So now we've got a robot set up. The pen is down, so whenever it moves, it's going to start drawing. Now look, here's how we did it before, okay? If you remember, we did this. We changed it to something like 600. I can't remember. We did a right turn, and we set it to 90 degrees. And then I taught you how to use the duplicate. Click down here, and then duplicate again, and click down here. It's not too hard. And it gives us this. Now don't turn this in. Don't turn this in. You're not done. The whole point of this video is we're going to shorten our code significantly by using the repeat block. Now, if you look carefully, in reality, we should break down, there's a way that we can kind of break down our program into components, right? It's really, all it is it's this same thing. These are all identical chunks. And it's happening 1, 2, 3, 4 times repetitive. But this is like I said earlier, this is like the boss telling you, drive forward 600 millimeters, turn right 90 degrees. 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 It's annoying, right? Why should we have to do that again and again in our code? Now, for this, I gotta be honest, it wasn't that hard to duplicate these. But some things in programming, you're gonna have to duplicate and repeat things that are really long in the code. So you need to learn how to do that quickly and efficiently. What we're gonna do, instead of telling it to do these things again and again, what we're gonna do is we're gonna tell it what to do once, okay? So once, I'm gonna get rid of these other ones. And then we're gonna go down and scroll down until we get to the repeat. And now, see, it says 10 by default, but we're going to change that. We know that the square has 4 sides, and we had to repeat it 4 times. So we're going to grab this repeat block and drag it right up here. And it will snap around those that are already there. Now, of course, you could drag the repeat block out and then drag this stuff to the inside. So see this little connector in here? This is the stuff that's going to get repeated has to live inside of this repeat command. So I'm going to drag that until it goes in there. And then, of course, we could add stuff here if we wanted to. We don't, but we could, right? And, you could there's all kinds of things you could do. So look, hey, check it out. Drive forward. Okay, so let's see. That's going to repeat it 10 times. Our square should only have 4 sides, so we're going to do 4. So now we've got it. It's going to turn up the speed. It's going to put the pen down, and it's going to change the color to whatever color you want. I chose red. And it's going to repeat 4 times. And what's it going to do? It's going to drive forward and turn. Let's check that out. See if we got it right. And again, the last step is always to double check your program to see that it actually works. You need to do that even though we're kind of doing this together. Press play. Yep. Oh, look, see now it's repeating 2, 3, 4, and now it goes on to so what would happen in reality is it would, after it's done repeating that 4 times, then it goes down, and if you had other code hanging out down here, like let's say you wanted to, you don't have to do this, don't do this in your program, but what would happen is after it repeats it 4 times, then it kicks, it's like, okay, we're done with the repeating loop, let's go down here. And if you hear somebody say looping in program, this is what they're talking about. See how it loops back to the beginning and keeps doing it? That's just, loop is just a slang for repeating. Oh, and then I drove at the end. So see, after it gets in with that, it did the reverse. Please don't do the reverse. So drag that and drag it back over here where it belongs. And again, we have our cool little automated square program. So this is just such a simple way to draw a square on here. And in reality, I'm just kind of blabbing here a bit, but you don't even need to change the pen color. And technically, you don't even need to set the speed. How amazing is it that you can draw a square with just this amount of code? I mean, check it out. It'll be black, but it's going to be slower. But it's still a very simple square program. So it's kind of cool. The repeat program really does a lot of work for us that we don't want to do ourselves. And that's the whole point of programming in computers, is that they can repeat, robots and computers can repeat repetitive actions that would annoy the heck out of any human being. All right, everybody. So at this point, I'm going to go back to the original program, so it would look like this. Double check that it works again. Yep. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to go ahead and share that. Got to make sure my name is on there with repeating actions after it. Okay, cool. And then I press the share button up here. It's going to show up as a download in my downloads folder, which is where I'm going to find it. And so I go to the assignment in Canvas and I submit the assignment. I'm going to choose the file. Hey, there it is, Jeremy Woodchick, repeating actions. Because I put my name on it in there, it's going to be named in here, and I'm going to know what it is. I'm going to press open. And I'm going to submit the assignment. And there it is, I'm done. So this was another one where you just, some of them you do your own thing. This one is one where you straight up just kind of copy what I'm doing. And the whole point of this is to get you started on that repeat block, on the repeating, okay? Thanks everybody for watching.